what does CTN look like, or what is aesthetic business? What does your summer look like? We're getting into springtime, summer. What does that look like for you and your schedule?
Man, that's so crazy. Y'all are about to see some crazy, flamboyant, fun, just energetic, just a lot of energy, just creativity to the max this year. I just feel like I'm just really in my own element. As far as like I got my crew together, as far as like with that. And I just feel like no bullshit. I feel like the people that I used to like mesh with, the people they needed to leave at the right time. That make any sense? You know what I mean? To make room for,
Mm-hmm.
Just evolve. Like, I guess I would say for me to evolve, if that makes any sense, So for fitness wise, you're always going to see the consistency and the great quality for just the athletes and stuff like that. The Marcus Project and just creativity wise, taking it to a whole new damn level, right? Especially with like a little short tour that me and Slander are going to kick off. As far as aesthetic business goes, definitely getting where I'm starting my own line with aesthetic business. So it's like clothing line and stuff like that. As far as coaching, taking on just a couple of people to mentor and to kind of create like nice umbrella for them for tax and stuff, get their financially sound as far as like in the right direction. Mike and I are going to be helping out with that. More to come with that. And yeah, man, I'm more excited to get behind the fucking camera, bro. That is to me, getting behind the camera is, I don't know. It's a very like, it's like, I would describe it like this. When I was like riding my motorcycle and it was just me, that's how it feels. When it's just like, if you're a bike rider, it's just you and the road and then just the environment. That's how getting behind the camera feels for me.
It's dope, man. And I've seen this from afar. I've known you. I get to talk to you. I get to ask you certain questions, those types of things. And sometimes I get to know a little bit ahead of time, but what's going on. And then I get to see into fruition. It's like, oh shit. Like, it's like you can say it, but when you see it, like that was a whole different level of those things. And what I find interesting about what you're doing with fitness is like you made fitness be creative. If that makes any sense at all. You know what I mean? Like you're able to actually be creative in the fitness space when normally it's been one way. It's been these people that look a certain way and do this one, but you're able to find it to make it creative, to make it appealing. And then now with the aesthetic business portion where you're sitting there saying like, hey, we're able to tie it into business. And, most people might be surprised by that. I will tell you, man, I am working 12 to 14 hours every day. Saturdays and Sundays, we're still working, man. I'm going to be up tonight working on something else. I work up, 6 a.m. My sleeping in time is 6 a.m. on weekends. I get to sleep in. Great, I wake up earlier than that. And I have to work nonstop if I'm trying to get where I want to. And I will tell you, man, like you start looking around at other entrepreneurs, other people running businesses, and you start seeing them slow down. I know I'm slowing down if I'm like, okay, I'm reaching this level. I need to like have a small little rest. And that's not like, okay, I need to take off 2 weeks. That's like, I just need to take off a Friday evening, relax, chill out, maybe relax a little bit on a Saturday, depending on how tired we are. And then we're right back at it on a Sunday. What does that mean for you when you're hearing that, right? Like, of course, this, it's obvious, but what are you seeing in people who sit there saying, okay, like, how does that happen?
As far as like just taking a break and just as far as I just knowing that need to take some time off, how does that happen?
Well, like that. And then also the first portion is like, how does fitness tie into
honestly, fitness, that's super easy. Fitness ties into every part of your life, right? So the more you're taking care of yourself, the more output you can do. The more you can do as far as like in your endeavors. You'll have the endurance for this. You'll have the energy for this. You'll have the confidence or whatever to get to do this right here. And when you have your kids or any family or anything like that, you feel like you can manage almost anything because you're already one whole with yourself. That's what fitness does for me, right? And honestly, if I wasn't in fitness, I wouldn't take care of myself first, there'd be no way in hell I can do all this because one, I won't have an outlet, right? When it's just me, right? Two, I'll look in the mirror and won't like what's looking back at me. Right. And then three, I'll probably feel sluggish and no energy, so how the hell am I going to help everybody else if I don't have the energy to do anything, and I'm also a big person of like lead by example. I can't be, it's too many fitness people where we see that don't look like fitness and they're coaches and it's ridiculous. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, they're like realtors. Like it's a picture from the '80s, but like they don't look like that no more. And every time you see them, it's like, okay, it's been some time, man. I was like doing that to realtors, man, because they do lie. They be doing that every time on their business cards, and then like, I'll see the picture and be like, "Oh, that's who I'm dealing with." I go see
Yeah.
them at closing, and I'll be like,
Nowhere near the same. Yeah,
"Damn, you lied to
catfish.
me, man." Dang. Yeah. But that is true, right? Like you got to lead by example. But when it comes to fitness, when you lead by example, you can't cheat it. Like there's no way to cheat fitness. Either you're fit or you're not. You're weighing your food or you're not. Like I could lie to you every day and be like, "Hey, I'm eating my food. I'm doing these things," and you see it and you can be like, "No." Like it's evident, right? It's either it's that's what I like about fitness. It's black and white. Either you
Yeah,
earn it or you don't.
100%, man. And I
Right?
don't like the people who like. I always ask people they want to get like fit. You know, you see the people like spring's coming. I'm like, oh, I gotta get my spring body and my summer body back. But you know, I know so many people that do that. I look around and they neglect the rest of the fucking months, right? And then it's always next summer. Next summer they look worse. Next summer when they starting back again, they look worse. Next summer, and they look like fucking 4 winters went by. You know what I'm saying? And then and they're still trying to get it together for the springtime. And there's a commitment issue, just like real estate. You know, there's a certain commitment once you do fitness and once you get into any type of investment. You know, and yourself is the ultimate investment.
So I'll take myself example. So last January 22, we started working together. You started getting me diet down. So I diet down from 205 all the way down to I think 174, right? And then we started doing reverse dieting. We started that November timeframe, and now I'm back at like what is it, 194? I think I woke up this morning. I don't look anything like I did at 194 a year ago. Don't look the same I did a year ago. My output is high, right? I can do so much more. What do you see? Like, okay, so we got that. Now, when it comes to going back on a diet, that's the part where people like, right? You're starting to see like, hey, what's the summer look like? But because I've been taking care of all this, you can now and now it's easier to just lose weight or do all those things, right?
Man. Like you just got to be in tune with your body. You'd be so surprised how many people are not in tune with their body at all. They have no idea how it works. They have no idea how their body reacts to anything, stress or whatever. But you live in this body every single day, but you don't know how it damn works. You know, it just blows my mind. Or you don't care. You know, or you do care. You keep saying that you don't have time. And anybody who knows me, don't ever say that to me. You know, don't ever say that to me. You don't have time to do anything. Because, man, I have a kid with me 24 hours a day for the last 3 years, 24 hours a day, and still making shit happen. There's no excuses. It's sink or fail, and I don't know how the goddamn gonna swim. Okay? It's real.
Yep. And I think, so like, let's say someone did, right? Let's say if I came to you right now and said, hey, look, I can't work out. I don't have enough time. What are some of the things you say right off the bat where people are like, damn, I actually do have more time?
It's always they don't have time when they want the time. They never take the time of the opportunity. There's a difference, right? My opportunity of time is waking up at 4 a.m., right? Do you think I want to wake up at 4 a.m. every day? Hell no. Hell no, I don't. But guess what? That's the little window I have to myself to take care of my damn self. You see what I'm saying? So when I tell people, hey, wake up a little earlier, they always look at me like I'm crazy. They look at me like I'm crazy every time. So automatically, and what did we say in one of our episodes? You have to chase time. Time is not waiting on you.
Nope.
Chase that bitch.
Yeah. I had this question someone asked when they were like, hey, I spend time with the whole family until like it's Saturday night and I get to go hang out with the boys. What do y'all do for y'all, like for yourselves? And I was like, from 4:30 to 7:30, that's my like working on my mental health, my fitness, and all those time frames. From 8 to 10 o'clock at night, that is when I get to work on personal things to get better in life. That's all I got because I got a regular job. You can't just dip out on work. I got a family. You got to spend time with them. So it comes down to where do you have time at? And you know what I don't have? I don't sleep that much. It's just, I had someone tell me that they're like, you should get more sleep. It's like, yeah, that's probably fucking true. That might be a legitimate concern. Right. But these goals I had to like do a weight scale. These goals or this sleep. And like,
I mean,
Like you said, at least I'm gonna be tired
yeah.
for the next
I
couple of
mean,
years.
fuck. When I started CTN, I was sleeping 3 hours a day for 5 years. I mean, like matter of fact, it was probably longer than that. When I got out of the club, is when I really went hard with the CTN thing. You know, what was that? 2010, 2000, what?
Yeah,
2010, 11 or something
2010.
like
Like,
that, right? But I had a choice to make, right? We were still soldiers, still had to wake up and do PT and go to be there at 6 a.m., right? But I had to do, and then on top of that, I was already about 11, 12 hours ahead of time in people in the States. So I was dueling, Then when I came back to the States, that was another mind fuck with the whole 12-hour 30, because I already had built my overseas clientele. You see what I'm saying? So there's always room if you want it, right? It's the consistency that you have to do. It's the walking through mud sometimes. Every road ain't gonna be damn grass and damn, and dirt. You got to walk through some glass. You're gonna have to walk on fire. You're gonna have to walk through some dead graves. You're gonna have to crawl through to get your shit. And I'm just a big firm believer. If you are not able to break through your obstacles, you are not meant for your goals. You are not meant for your dreams. You are not worthy. That's just what I think.
yeah, and you know what? Like, also, what I think about that is a lot of people that tell you, "Hey, you need sleep, you need to rest, you work too much." They're not doing what you're here to do, man. Like, I think some of us are just like, I don't know if chosen is the right word, but it's just what our destiny is or what we're supposed to be. It's our mind that, we want more. And, the people that tell me to rest, they don't want that. And that's fine. I'm like, that's okay. But if I go to you right now and be like, dude, I'm so tired. I woke up at this time frame. I'm not getting no goddamn sympathy. You're not telling me, hey, you should sleep more. It's like almost like lose my number in a sense, right? Because it's like, of course, what else did you think you signed up for? You signed up for
100%.
late nights, lonely times.
Being an entrepreneur is not what Patrick Davis said. It's not a attractive thing. It's a hard fucking road.
Yeah.
Entrepreneur. It doesn't even matter. It's a lonely road, right? And you'd be fortunate enough if you had people in your corner. That's a plus. That's a plus. Yeah. If you got people rooting for you. Usually the people rooting for you are down the line that you ain't never known them damn people. You never grew up with them or nothing like that. The people you never knew. Yeah. And that's just how it is. But as far as excuses, I can't do this. But then you don't tell me you can watch 10 Netflix movies. You can name me 10 Netflix movies. Name me hours that is. You know what I mean? So it's all about priority. It's all about, again, everybody's not built for this, right? But I think one day we should talk about like people. I had a talk with one of my clients, and I love her to death. I'm not even gonna say her name, right? But that like some people don't want to be the number one person, right? They don't want to be that entrepreneur. They don't want to be that. What they would like to be is part of a team to help that grow. You see what I'm saying? They don't want all the stress and all that. They want to be part. They know their help support. That's their strong point. And if you can get somebody who knows that, hey man, I am strong number 3 or strong number 2. I don't want this shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, but there are people like that, and those what makes things grow.
Yeah. And real talk, man, that's me. I really realize that, man, I'm a really good person who's really good at organization. Like my gift is to be organized. Do you know how like more people need people to be organized because they're not that person? And so like I've actually found myself in more companies and helping more people out right now. And it's because, it's because I'm actually very comfortable and I'm very skilled at it from the Air Force of answering emails, answering phone calls, being prompt on my response on an email, hopping in meetings. That is my life. Operations on that side is what I do very well. And I've actually found that there's a lot more opportunities for me because now I'm living in that truth. Hey, this is where I'm at. I don't like to be out in the front of the camera. I'd rather be in the back answering emails. And from an email, you don't even know it's my name. But I want to help.
There you go. So look, there you go. True Virgo right there. Don't like being in the front of anything. We're both Virgos, by the way.
Nope.
So the thing is, I can totally relate to that, right? But guess what? People like me need that. Because our brains are already
Yep.
goddamn on scrambled up, right? So then when you actually and then when you're at this point, trust is a big thing. Trust is a big thing. So when you finally let people in, right? You let people in, and then they Judas you, or they're only in there for themselves. It's kind of hard at this point to see who's friend or foe. So that's just why a lot of entrepreneurs act the way they do, because they've been burnt a lot.
Oh.
You know what I mean? They've been burnt a lot because at heart we're giving people. We want to help people, right? But people take that a little too far. But I love that fact that even like, hey, I'm good at doing this. I don't want to do that shit. You can have that. You can have the front face. You can have that. I'm good. I don't want people to even know my name. So love it.
And I'm still working 12 hours because I'm doing financials, I'm doing P&Ls, I'm doing, you know what I mean? You got to talk to CPAs.
They need that type of help and that support, and people who want to help do that, and help grow things and help be a part of something. And I tell people all the time, like I didn't get to this point where by myself. I tell people that all the time. I never got to this point by myself. I had a whole bunch of help from the people over the time. Some of them didn't work out too well, yada, 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 but we all move on. But each one of these people, even if I fucks with them or not, we've all helped each other in some kind of way, either good or bad. Because even through the bad times, you got to bounce back up and be like, shit, I ain't doing that again. You know what I mean? It makes you grow as a person.
Yep.
So it's a lot, man, when it comes to this game. Just entrepreneur game. We're just being on your own. Mm-hmm.
Definitely. Well, those are good words to live by. Like I said, hopefully people took a lot from that, man. And if you're tired, that's probably a good thing, man. If you're not tired, push that shit up a little bit further, man. You got another level to go to.
Then
but
you ain't doing it right.
Yeah. If you ain't stressed, if you ain't sitting there saying like, man, how do I get this into this idea into fruition?
You
ain't pushing it hard enough,
bro.
But,